Are you enjoying Princess Session Orchestra? This new Magical Girl show is taking the world of Magical Girl fans by storm. It's very surprising and so far really entertaining. But what is actually happening behind the scenes? Hello everyone, it's Leo, and in this video we are going to check out an interview with Onuma Shin, who is the director of Princess Session Orchestra. There's a lot that he says and talks about on this interview, and I find this super interesting because it's basically a behind the scenes look at the production side. And he also gives us a lot of insights into what their ideas are and their plans for the future of Princess Session. This interview was published on Animate Times, a Japanese website, and it was translated by the Magical Cinema production team, so let's start. Okay, so one of the first things that Shin Onuma said is that he has worked on Princess Tutu. I love Princess Tutu. Have you guys seen Imani's video on Princess Tutu? Girl. Gorgeous. But he did not work in Princess Tutu as a director. He was an animator in Princess Tutu. But now it is the first time that he is directing a show for children, especially girls. And it's important to mention here, whenever I say children and kids, the interview mentions the term elementary school students. So it is a little, the age range of the target audience from Princess Session is a little older than the Precure target audience. So the age range of the Precure target audience. So it's like a little bit older. So this is the first time that he worked, and he also said that before he started working on Princess Session, he learned that lots of people from the Symphogear team were going to work on this. And the most interesting part of this all is that after he accepted being the director of Princess Session, he got a book, basically a plot that was about the size of a light novel, a book to read and give feedback. And he said that the concept of Princess Session Orchestra was already complete. So basically the whole plot of the series was done before he joined in as the director of the show. And the plot was complete from start to finish. But the main plot basically remained the same after he joined. He was just able to add some stuff to enhance the experience of Princess Session Orchestra. He said that some of the things that he added to Princess Session are the fact that Princess Session Orchestra, in his opinion, has a very serious story. It is the show is very serious. So what did he think? This is a year-long show, so we have to make it entertaining for the people that are watching as well. So he added lots of playful and chill moments. And he added those light-hearted moments to make the characters more appealing and not only the story. So it's basically those moments that we see the characters having fun, enjoying themselves. Those were added by the director and other people from the staff as well. After they got the plot from the show, they decided to add this to make things a little bit more lighthearted and for people to enjoy Princess Session a little more. Because he also says that Princess Session has it is a very challenging series to work with because there's some unexpected heavy elements in the story. Even the enemy characters attack for a reason. So we can expect some pretty strong stuff in Princess Session. I feel like if you are someone who has already watched tons of Precure seasons, you probably know what this means. We can expect some moments that we're going to be like shocked to see in a kids show, and we're going to love it for sure. And in terms of research, he said that he is someone who is influenced very easily. So he watched just a couple episodes of Symphogear. He did not want to watch too much Symphogear because if he did, he would be way too influenced by it. And so he just watched a little bit of Symphogear to help and give him inspiration, but not too much, so that it doesn't go too far on the inspiring side of things. And when he talked about Princession being a show for kids, he said that in his mind, when creating and like crafting how the show was going to be, he thought of not only thinking about the children, he could not only focus on the children, and he thought of his daughter. He has a daughter that is an elementary school student, and he thinks that when he pays attention to her, he sees that when there's an adult around her and the adult has a smartphone, she will pay attention to that and she will want the same smartphone. She will want to use a smartphone just like the adult. So for him, kids want what adults want. So it is important to create a work that both would enjoy. If adults would like it, it would resonate well with kids. But they also have to be very conscious because it is still a kids show. And so they cannot create a work that is too violent, or parents watching with their kids would think, I don't want my kids to see this. So they have to find the balance to bring into the anime. And one example of this balance that they are trying to bring into Princess Session is they try to be not too extreme when showing what happens to the victims. And so also when they're writing the episodes, there's some scripts that have some unique phrasings and they have to make adjustments for it to work. The phrasings, they have to be simple. The words have to be simple for kids to understand. Adults have to enjoy it, but kids have to understand everything that's been going on. The mood can't be too dark, and they have to make lighthearted ways of like working around, especially some like heavy stuff to make it lighthearted so that kids would enjoy this as well. And when it comes to the character design, the character designer, after she landed the role of being the character designer, she gave a lot of advices and ideas of clothes that the characters would wear. But not only the character designer did. Takara Tomy also did the same. Takara Tomy is the publisher, is the toy manufacturer of Princess Session Orchestra. It's just like Bandai is to Precure. So they are the ones that are producing and selling the toys. So their opinions and their wishes, their will is really important for a show like this. Bandai obviously has a big stakes with Precure and they control some of it as well. And this also happened with Princess Session. Takara Tomy also helped with the character design. And some interesting things that they said about character designs is Kagari. Kagari has an outfit that is shoulder length and gray in color. This was the idea of Akiyama, who is the character designer, because she designed Kagari to be the more mature character out of the three of them. And so this idea of showcasing a little bit more of their personalities with their costumes is also present in Princess Session. The characters are also designed to be adored by people, which reflected in the designs of the princess outfits. And they are designed to be adored by people inside Princess Session Orchestra and outside Princess Session Orchestra. We, the viewers, have to adore them, but the people inside the show also have to be huge fans of the princesses. And now when it comes to the voice actors, what happened was we have three main characters. And when choosing the three main characters, they thought of a trait of personality of each of them. When it comes to Minamo, she's very youthful. So they went for this direction in her voice. When it comes to Kagari, she is very mature. So they went with this direction in her voice. And when it comes to Nagase, when it comes to Nagase, she is the most energetic one, and she is also a trickster. Oh my god, this is very interesting. And another thing they have said about the process of choosing the voice actors is that they have to have the ability of singing. So they created a fake song for them to sing during the audition because that was also important for them to analyze. And an interesting tidbit that they gave about the audition process is that the voice actor for Nagase, who is going to become Meteor, she auditioned for the role of Minamo. But when she was auditioning, the production thought that she was going to be a good fit for the role of Nagase. So they offered her to audition for Nagase, and that worked nicely for her. And now, another very nice aspect of Princess Session Orchestra is the music. We love the music so far, and it's really great. So songs are very important. And so there's a whole team of people only working with the songs. And when it comes to them, there's going to be a lot of songs. And the production team is having a lot of work with the songs that they're crafting for the characters. And the songs are going to be the highlight of Princess Session, one of the highlights. And in this early half of the show, in the early part of the show, the audience needs to know the songs very well. And they need to understand that those songs that they're hearing, they match the characters perfectly. And so we're going to keep on listening to those songs a lot in this first half because we need to understand, we need to listen, and whenever we listen to them, we need to understand, oh, this song is about Zeal. Zeal's song showcases this side of her personality, etc., etc. And this is something that is going to be present in this early start of the show. But in the later half, and here I don't know if he was being hyperbolic or if he was being literal, but Onoma said that in the later half, there's going to be one new song per episode. I don't know if he was being literal or if he was just exaggerating to mean that we are going to have tons and tons and tons of songs for Princess Session. Girl, this makes me very excited. This makes me believe that not only the main characters are getting songs, but maybe the villains. We have Nachi's song as well, and we have maybe one song for the civilian, one song for the princess. This is gonna be wild. Wild, wild, wild. And now for the animation part. Let's talk a little bit about the animation. So we have the director, and one important thing that we have to think when we think about a director of an anime is that he is going to be the supervisor of the whole thing. And so he is going to supervise every single animation, especially the banks. But in Princess Session, the director has said something very interesting. He said that he wants to use the talent and work from the professionals that are working in the animation from Princess Session, so he let them work freely on the animation of the transformation scenes. Onoma said that each director was able to have their individuality show in the animations. He said that he worked and corrected and put a little bit more from his own style in the opening, but in the rest, he let each scene director work their magic. So what does this mean if you are someone who is not really someone who pays much attention to like the background of animation? Whenever we have a director, he's going to look at a transformation and say, look, this part has to be this way. This part is being too different from the concept of the show. This part is too out there. Tone it down a little bit. You know, he will correct, the director, they will correct certain things that they find that don't match the vibe of the show or the aesthetics of the show. But in Princess Session, the animators were able to work freely when it comes to the animations. But he also said that there were basic rules that they had to add to the animation. And one of them was that the characters, they have to wave the jewel bell. They have to do this during the transformation at some point. But each director was able to work freely. And also, there were absolutely no orders to make the characters look cute. No, nothing, no direction like that. But since it's a work for girls, it ended up being present nonetheless. But the fact is that at the end of the day, each director put in all the transformations that we see, lots of coolness as well, because this is also something that represents Princess Session. And this was not demanded either. This is something that they decided to do. And we have another interesting aspect, which is Kobayashi, who is the director of Ripple's transformation. And he asked if he could add an umbrella to her transformation. So this is a little tidbit that I find very interesting. Like those creative ideas that the directors could have, they could add to the transformation. They probably had to be approved, but in general, they were free to do whatever they wanted to do. And that makes them look even cooler to me now. And he also mentions that apart from the transformation, there's also the special moves from the princesses, and that we're going to see lots of special moves. Some of them we've already seen, but we're going to see more of them in the future. Ooh, very exciting. And he also mentions that one important thing for the show is the balance between battles and music. And this is something that we're going to keep on seeing in Princess Session Orchestra. And at the end of the interview, he teases some stuff for the future of Princess Session. He says that the story is very interesting and there's a deeper aspect to both Alicipia and Bandsnatch, which is the group of villains that we've already seen in the first few episodes. And when talking about Alicipia, he says that there are some parts of the story that will turn our expectations upside down. The mysteries of Alicipia are going to be explored in the future of the show. But for him, the most important thing is to develop the main characters, Minamo and her friends. He wants us, the viewers, to feel that we are close to them. I think this is very lovely. This is my favorite aspect of a Magical Girl show, to really get to know the characters. And so I'm very excited to see how they're going to do it in Princess Session. And he also ends this amazing interview, by saying that one of the things that is his goal for Princess Session Orchestra is to grow and evolve together with the audience. And he hopes that we, the audience, the viewers, are going to stick with Princess Session Orchestra and the team that is working on it all year long. I love those interviews so much because they give us a lot, and this makes me even more excited for more Princess Session. I am sure that this show is going to keep on surprising us, that this show is going to keep on bringing a new perspective, a new ground for magical girls. And we're going to keep on dreaming, laughing, smiling, and maybe crying too, because he said that there are going to be some forceful moments in this story. There's going to be some powerful moments and strong moments. What is going to happen? I don't know, but this interview made me even more excited for more Princess Session Orchestra. Are you watching Princess Session? Who's your favorite out of the three? Mine is Princess Zeal so far. It's very early on. We don't really know the characters very well, so I'm curious for more. Anyways, babies, this is it for now. I'm going to take this little time to thank the Magical Cinnamon production team for helping me with this content, making this possible. I really love bringing this feel of getting to know more about the production of something that we are enjoying. And I also have to thank the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. If you're a member, thank you very much for your support. And if you've watched up to now, thank you so much as well. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.